Hello youngins, it is me, a youngin. Or Deet, I'd prefer if you called me Deet. Hello, future me speaking. I realized I did not explain what the 9 art styles challenge is. Basically, what it is you take 9 art styles or artists who you really like and you try to draw in their art styles to see the difference between your art style and their art style. The first one I just did my normal basic style. It's not the most consistent thing, but it's mine, so. It also happens to be the most interesting thing in the world. And I don't have much to say about it, so I'm just gonna skim this part. Just a heads up, I cannot actually make a carbon copy of these artists' art styles. I am so sorry if I mess them up, because I know I will. But I am going to spin this wheel, and we are going to see what the first art style I am going to try to copy is. Okay, first is OSP, also known as Overly Sarcastic Productions. I am drawing one of my friends in their art style because this was going to be a birthday gift, but I started this in May. At the time of recording this is now August. As you can tell, it took a little bit longer than expected, but to get started, I took screenshots of some of her art and I just looked at the basic shapes and tried to copy them with extreme struggle. I had just barely started and I was scared. It was a struggle, but I managed pulling it off moderately decently. Spinning the wheel again, and... also known as the artist for the webcomic The Gently Raised Beast. Just a heads up, this segment does have some spoilers for the Gently Raised Beast up to chapter 70, so just like screenshots and stuff. So okay, so I'm starting off with a bunch of references, looking at the stylistic choices. Honestly, I have no idea when this Gently Raised Beast takes place, but I'm guessing from the fashion around 1840s-ish. But I am way too lazy to design a new outfit, so I just stole Blondina's outfit. I will go out of my way, and I am not trying to be rude in any way, but Blondina is a ridiculous name. I do know that is an actual name, but I do not understand the thought process. I know that a lot of names are weird like that, but still. I do know that a lot of the names are originated like that, but it reminds me of the name Arson. Continuing, I color dropped a bunch of different characters and blended some of the colors together and stole this prose for Adelia, or at least that's how I think you pronounce her name. I originally was just gonna go with brown hair and dark eyes, but I realized that basically only the background characters have brown eyes, so I just dropped some of Amon's eye color. I'm going to say I struggled with the line art so much because Yosuke's line art has super thin, clean lines, and if you look at some of my line art, it isn't the most clean, I would say. Actually, I would say it is almost the exact opposite, but I tried. The hand hurt to draw. I could not draw the hand. And I just gave up and pretended that it's fine. The hand is fine. Don't look at the hand. But it is my fault for choosing that pose. This was incredibly fun to make, but this also happened to be incredibly hard. I started out by just taking Vi and, changing some of her face proportions to match how I wanted to draw my friend. You can see me mapping out the shapes. I had to desaturate the skin a little bit because I didn't realize how desaturated all of the skin tones were for the arcane art style. As you can see, I dropped all of the colors for the color palette from different characters. For the record, I did try to make my drawing smile. I did try to make my character smile. It did not work. It looked ugly. I even popped up a reference of Caitlyn, and I just could not figure out how to do it. We now have the blank expression that is this. Other than that, I do really like how it turned out. Now we will spin the wheel for the next decision. And here we have Lavender Town. I do feel like I did not do her art style justice. It ended up being just a tad funky and weird. Again, I did color drop the colors from some of her original drawings. I did not trace the eyes, in case you were wondering. Actually I did. I traced the eyes, but I didn't put the traced eyes onto the drawing. I just traced them to get a general idea of the eye shape. I do not know what urged me to make the most blank expression ever. It's too late to go back now. At least last time I had some sort of excuse, like I tried to draw smiling, but I couldn't because it looked weird. This time, no excuse. I do not know what possessed me at the moment of drawing it, but now it's too late to go back. Lavender Town, she draws expressions beautifully. I did not. Here's the final product. Okay, spinning the wheel again, and let's see what we get. Okay, we got Calimara. So first I went through a bunch of her videos for references, and again, I did not trace the eyes. I did trace the eyes, but I did not trace the eyes and then put them onto my drawing. I traced them to figure out the general shapes and then drew them myself. I took a picture of my own hand and I traced it for this because I was already disappointed enough by the last drawing I made, so I didn't want to take any risks. I do like how this one turned out. I do like the fact that, this drawing actually has some sort of composition. It looks like something's going on instead of just a full-on headshot. At this point, I would like you to ignore all of my sins and wrongdoings that have gone into making both hands, because they are absolutely horrendous looking, and just ignore them. They look fine. They look great. They look absolutely splendid. If we just ignore the fact that they look horrible, then they will magically improve. So moving on from those monster hands, I went on and drew some details on the clothing. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to myself. I cannot render clothes. I tried. Here's my attempt. That's all I can say about the clothing. I do think that is enough bashing for one drawing. So in the meantime, just enjoy the music. Boo. Okay, I'm going to be honest. I slandered the last two. I actually genuinely hate this one. I love Rebecca Parham so much. I adore her work. She is the first animator I ever watched. And I absolutely hate this. I don't know what it is, what maybe the colors, something in the drawing process went wrong. It could possibly be Partly because I was getting really tired and I did like four of these drawings in one day. But I can tell you one thing, I can guarantee you, this is one of the ugliest things. These two drawings, both of them, these are some of the, well, all these three drawings, these are some of the ugliest drawings I have done recently, and I do not have it in my heart to do any more. Not only did I do 4 in one day, I actually did like 5 of these in one day, and I was getting a little bit tired of it. Maybe it has something to do with the poop colored hair, or the fact that the hair clashes with the clothing, or the fact that the hip looks like it's dislocated, and those have to be some of the skinniest arms I have seen in my life. I'm not sure really what else to say. I messed with it a little bit, ended up basically the same. In advance, I'm so sorry. I am totally going to pronounce their name wrong. But, I love Emily Hugh's art so much. I adore it. I think it's absolutely amazing. When I first thought of doing the 9 art styles challenge, this is the first art style that came to mind because I love it so dearly. But mine looks like a snake rat hybrid, but like if rats were ugly and if snakes were ugly. Um, yeah. It's so ugly. I hate it so much. These last three drawings, they're just like battling for last place. They just want to be bad. Now let's spin the wheel again to see what the result will be. Oh my goodness. Ninja OWO. I did not see that one coming. Also, I did draw this before June came out with their new video talking about how they're going to change their style and like what they're going to be like basically doing on their channel a little bit. So honestly, I had impeccably bad timing. I'm not sure if you knew, if I haven't mentioned it enough already. This one also ended up looking absolutely terrible. I did not know what I was on when I was drawing this, because this drawing is incredibly ugly. Oh, and in case you were wondering, the beginning where I said, I am so sorry if I messed them up because I know I will, I actually wrote that down in my script before I even started drawing. So, guess who's just like a genius? Oh my gosh. Today is the day I learned I could tell the future. And that's it. This is the full lineup of all 9 drawings.